Okay, so you're thinking about how to start something, and you're going to do what you do, what I do, what everyone does, and that's probably overthink the start. And when I say probably, I mean certainly are going to overthink the start. You're going to spend too long, and it's almost a form of procrastination, too long planning something before you start something. Don't. Just start. Because much of what you learn will come from the things that don't go right, and that will accelerate your journey to get to where you need to go. Because those two things beautifully are always coupled together. Every mistake you make is insight. It is always coupled with insight, with something you learn. We never make a mistake without getting something valuable from it. That insight and that learning. Otherwise, it's not a mistake. That's what contextualizes a mistake. Otherwise, it's just a generic, bland event. Nothing came out of it. The fact that we know it's a mistake means we know something hasn't gone right, and we know what that something is, and we've learned something. So every time there's a mistake, it's always coupled with an insight, something we can learn. So that's the massive benefit. Now, it's crazy, and I think I've talked about this in another video, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself. But it's crazy then that we spend all that time fearing making mistakes. Because all we're doing is looking at the mistake part of the equation. Not the fact that every time we make a mistake, we get this golden insight. Every single time we make the mistake, we get that golden insight. So we don't make mistakes, or we don't do anything because we fear making mistakes, as opposed to just starting, knowing that we're going to get all those insights. So just start. Just start in the most, let me give you the most ridiculous example of how you might start. You want to produce, and I'm just winging this, bear with me. Okay, so you want to produce a beverage, a liquid beverage that scientifically helps cognitive function in someone's brain. If you were to produce that beverage by the end of today, what would be the best thing that you could do? And if your best thing would be to go to your kitchen, get a cup of water, or get a cup, fill it full of water, so there's your cup of water, and add some multivitamins to it, that's a perfect start. And then look at it and go, where have I gone wrong? Well, firstly, you can't transport that because it's an open cup. Okay, so what I need is something to, it needs to be a vessel that it'll travel in that, obviously holds the liquid that's inside all together. Okay, so then you can start to go that next step further. You go, okay, what's it going to be made out of? Are we talking an aluminium or a metal or a glass or a plastic? What's better? What's in keeping with your brand? So just by analyzing the obvious flaws in the first cut of the product, which you can never sell or market, but it starts to give you ideas of what other things you can investigate. So now you're thinking about how you're going to package the liquid. Then you look at the liquid and you go, okay, all that is water with multivitamins. How is that something? And then you might think about, well, what's the balance of the vitamins in it? Are some better for cognitive function and others aren't? What multivitamins have I just thrown on it? And how do I start researching them? Which ones work and which ones don't? Which ones have scientific evidence? All this thinking now starts to come from the fact that you've gone to the kitchen, you grabbed a glass, you've filled it full of water, and you've gone, boom, that's my first product. Now you're going through everything that's wrong with it, everything that falls short, but it's giving you a direction of what to do next, what to study next, how to improve it. And that's all come from just starting. Just start with the most basic thing, but just start. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you do. Just start. Produce something. So again, as I say, if it's a beverage that helps cognitive function, just pouring water in a glass and looking at that and going, what's the difference between the two? Between where I want to be and what I've got right now? Filling that gap, that's your next step. But that only comes from that physical product, because that will help you analyze and open up all those channels of thought of what you need to do next. Don't ponder, just start. That's it, just start. I'm going to press stop on this video in a second, and if there's something you're thinking of starting, do it straight after this video. Just start. I always close by saying, or often, recently, that the reason why I make these videos is because these things, these techniques I'm sharing with you, I have used and they work for me. So they fulfill those two things. I've used them and they work. So by and large, by recording these videos, I'm reminding myself to keep going with this. But here's the value for you. If there's value in you, for you, in trying these things, just try them. Just try them. And I hope there is. That's it. Now, in terms of saving time, I don't edit my videos. I don't even watch them. I record them. I know what I'm going to talk about. I clip the ends. I throw them up. I don't watch them. So thank you for being patient with perhaps the quality of this video. But in doing that, it means I can produce a whole video end to end, get it posted in less than 10 minutes. Boom, because I've got other stuff to do. So do you. Do it right now. Do it right now. Catch you in the next one.